You're the most advanced weapon ever.
Hey moviegoers, welcome to Prosciutto Cure's Alita Battle Angel. So Alita Battle Angel is based on the manga Battle Angel Alita by Yukito Kishiro. I've never read the manga, have no idea what goes on in it, so I didn't have any clue as to what to expect or have any expectation. So here's the backstory to the story. So there was a war 300 years ago. This movie takes place in 2536, hundreds of years after Disney has taken over Fox and most of the world, let's be honest. So there was this great war. It was between Mars and Earth, and there were these sky cities around the planet. But after the war, only one sky city remained, and it was called Zalem. So the Earth is basically a scrap heap, so everyone wants to go live up in Zalem, and they'll do whatever they can and whatever they have to in order to make that happen. Now the guy running the show up there is called Nova. So Alita was found in one of these scrap heaps by Dr. Idol. He puts her back together, and then she tries to find out who she is, fighting Nova's henchmen along the way. So the screenplay was written by James Cameron and Robert Rodriguez. We all know who James Cameron is: Avatar, Titanic fame, Terminator 2, guy makes good stuff. And Robert Rodriguez, Machete, Mariachi, Grindhouse, Spy Kids, he's more of a question mark than James Cameron is. Now, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't go watch this movie immediately. Also because the trailers did a really bad job of promoting the movie. It's actually a lot better than it looks in the trailers. The marketing department dropped the ball on that one. The movie cost an estimated $200 million to make, which I guess is an average thing now for blockbusters in Hollywood. And it all goes to the CGI, and it all really shows. You can see that the art department and the software handlers or whoever and the computer graphic designers, they all did a really top-notch job of bringing this world of Alita to life. Everything looks so detailed and so well done. It's amazing. At times I forgot that I was actually watching a CGI person walking around, cyborg really, CGI cyborg walking around. Now of course not everything is perfect. Some of the visuals are a little bit off, especially in 2 or 3 scenes where I noticed the characters didn't look like they were actually looking at each other. But you know, CGI has come a long way since The Matrix Reloaded and that weird bowling ball fight alley scene thing. Another good part was Rosa Salazar, who played Alita. She was also in Maze Runner movies, and I guess she was in Bird Box also. I don't know who she was in Bird Box. But anyway, she did a good job of emoting her naivete at the beginning of the movie, and where she's just kind of exploring everything and seeing everything for the first time through these really large and just innocent eyes. But then as the movie progressed, she also did another good job of displaying Alita's determination and her drive to get answers and take down Nova's henchmen. So basically a lot of money went into the CGI and the effects. And that brings us to the bad stuff, which was a lot of money went into the CGI and the effects, and not much seemed to be spent on the characters and the story itself, which affected the pacing and the overall storytelling, just movement. Like there were parts during the fight scenes which looked really, really good, but then the movie would slow down and start telling you stuff, and you try to have these weird character moments that didn't work very well. They seemed kind of forced, especially with Hugo, the love interest. Even though some of the character motivations were there, they were very paper thin. Now on that same line with the storytelling, there were 4 volumes of Alita that were trying to crammed into this movie, which is a lot of material. Ask Avatar, not the good Avatar, the bad one. You can't cram so much information into one movie and then not expect there'll be tons of questions that go unanswered after that one movie. It's just not possible. It's something that's more laid out for a series. A couple questions. Now most of them might be answered in the books. I don't know. I never read the manga. What was that battle between Earth and Mars all about? Why are Alita's eyes so large? What is Nova's actual experiments? Like, what is he doing up there? How does a megacity teeming with cyborgs coexist within driving distance of a seemingly undisturbed forest where a spaceship crashed? No one went out there to look at it at all. There's also plot conveniences that take place. For instance, one part of the movie where a character is like running around with a damaged shoulder and just doing parkour through everything, climbing up onto balconies, and you're like, wait a minute, but isn't your shoulder kind of, okay, fine. And then another part where another character is severely injured and is about to die, basically. And this other character comes up just out of nowhere and like, what are you doing here? And of course, that character gets saved by the miraculous appearance of this person. And you're just like, what? it really took me out of the whole movie because of those two instances specifically took me completely out of it. So not only does the story struggle with pacing and storytelling, it also struggles with selecting a tone to stick to, because some of the parts of the movie want to be grindhouse and some of it wants to be Spy Kids. It was directed by Robert Rodriguez, so that uneven tone is kind of noticeable, especially during the motorball sequence. Part of it is just brutal and just like vicious, but then the rest of it is like, oh, it's kind of happy-go-lucky, and you know, no one really gets hurt and everything works out okay. And it's like a cyberpunk grindhouse movie would be awesome, but a family-friendly cyberpunk grindhouse movie. So how would I cure this movie? If it gets greenlit for a sequel, I would say they focus more on developing the characters more and punching up the script and the screenplay so there aren't so many plot holes and just pacing issues. It's actually an enjoyable movie. It's a good intro for what I could tell. Like I said, I never read the manga, so I have no idea if they followed the manga. It's not slated to make a lot of money. Looks like it's kind of coming at about $23 million for the weekend, which is kind of terrible for a $200 million movie. So it's looking like it's gonna be a bomb. I enjoyed it. You know, if you want to go see it, go see it. Nothing to rush out to though, I'm not gonna lie. So thanks for watching the review. I know it's about a week later than what everyone else has already put out. Mainly, like I said before, it's because I didn't have much faith in the trailers, and then also Robert Rodriguez was directing it, and I know his track record is very uneven. It was really James Cameron's name that kind of pushed me over the edge to go watching it, and I wasn't disappointed. Like I said, there were some problems, but you know, no movie is perfect, as Cinema Sins likes to point out. I won't be doing any more montage videos on this channel because of copyright problems. So, you know, that's just the breaks on that. So I will be doing more reviews, but definitely gonna do Game of Thrones when that comes back because, you know, winter is here finally. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.